let's make a cartoon about cats. Obviously, to make the ultimate cat cartoon, we must first make the ultimate cartoon cat. Now, how do we do that? Do we just make up a new design that we think is going to be successful because it's so good, because we came up with it on our own? No, we will not. We're going to look at what kind of cartoon cat designs have actually made some money. That's what we want, right? So here we have the Garf. I mean, you know who he is. He's worth $800 million. He's the most valuable cat cartoon property that there is, so make no mistake, this is the guy I'm going to be cribbing from the most. Featured here with his trademark firearm. Now, as you can see, he's got this, he functions as both an anthropomorphic and normal cat. So in scenes where Garfield is like sitting down, he has the, large hind legs. But then, Garfield can stand up and he has normal anthropomorphized legs. And that, watch him transform like a fighting robot into a big leg cat. It's also important for your character design to have visibility. Like, look at this bright orange color with the yellow highlights, this very unique mouth shape. No other cartoon cat has this. And there's also little details like the little whiskers. I never even noticed these until I had to draw them. Now, back to this bright orange color. It's really important to be able to be seen, particularly in not only is it helpful to be seen so that your character is more immediately recognizable in the gigantic sea of cartoon characters, but say in the real world you were lost in the woods or something, then you would want to have this high visibility orange and yellow so that rescue teams could find you. Or, say that you're on a work site, like out there, you're working for a contractor and there's a steamroller around. You don't want to get run over by a steamroller. Garfield will not be run over by a steamroller because of his incredibly high visibility. And I think that's really important for a successful cartoon cat design. And here we have Heathcliff. What can you really say about Heathcliff? Heathcliff has kind of, in recent years, transcended mere mortal ideas about what it means to be funny or what it means to be a cartoon. And also you can see an animation error I made here where I put stripes on his arms in the last panel. The last frame. It's not a panel. Also, look how wildly his mouth moves around. Heathcliff has transformed into somewhat of a minor cosmic being. Here we have children love the meat tank. At the meat store with his meat flag, meat helmet, meat tank. Look at the smiles. Look at the sharp smiles on these happy shadow children. This is just one of many perfect Heathcliff comics. The meat tank is in demand for parades. Meat crown, meat robot, wonderful. Elocution class, bruh. Let's not think about it too hard. That dude's running low on gas, a deadly cat. What can you say about Heathcliff? I don't think he really is worth that much money. Certainly Heathcliff is worth more money than anything I've ever made, so it's still worthwhile to copy him. In the end, he's another big fat orange cat with a cool helmet and an unknowable wisdom. Goodbye, Heathcliff. Also, I think I did a good job on this. I'm gonna highlight this. That's cool, right? That's good work. This is probably the best Heathcliff drawing I'll ever do. Maybe not as good as this one. Let's not forget, he has this bright orange color that's extremely safe. You know who's not getting lost? It's Heathcliff. Because people are going to see him and going to be like, look at that fat cat. I should rescue him. You know what he's not going to get run over by? A steamroller. On the job site, the steamroller operator will understand not to run over Heathcliff because of his bright, high visibility orange. Again, a perfect cat. Felix the cat is over 100 years old and yet maintains a foothold in the public's eye. Out of every other early black and white animated cartoon character, Felix absolutely is the cat one. Also, he has a distinctive high visibility safety magic bag that probably protects him from steamrollers. Hey, y'all remember Sagwa? The Chinese Siamese cat? She paints calligraphy with her tail. You know her from PBS Kids. I mean, by now you get it. You get it. This protects her from steamrollers. Like I'm going to say that Sagwa got run over by a steamroller. That's simply impossible. Here we have the famous Hobbes from the beloved comic strip Calvin and Hobbes. And to be honest, I completely understand why this comic was never successfully merchandised. You know, Hobbes is a cute stuffed tiger toy, and the comic is chock full of instances where Calvin is talking to other people as if Hobbes is a living being, but we never, ever get to see that happen in the comic strip. It's just Calvin playing, sometimes completely silently, with an inanimate doll. You know, if Watterson had had just a little bit more initiative on this, he'd have a billion-dollar property on his hands by now. You know that Top Cat is actually the size of a full-grown human person and is actually disqualified from being a cartoon cat and is in fact a cat boy? Just throw him in the trash. Run him over with a damn steamroller. I don't care. Here's Duchess from Disney's The Aristocats. Bad news, kids. Duchess is gonna get run over by a steamroller too. She has no safety whatsoever, and she failed to even comprehend what a safety vest is at her workplace safety test. I mean, she got 55%, pretty good for a cat, but she's dead. All right, let's just synthesize the ultimate cat. There's gonna be a Garfield clone. I don't even know why I messed around with any of those other cats. Seems like a big waste of time. Sorry I wasted your time and my time. We can, mix it up a little. Give him some alternate colors. More noticeable colors. Safer colors. And what we got is fine. But why stop there when we can take it further? Remember Pablo Picasso? He gave us that series of 12 drawings of a bull that teaches you how to break down a semi-realistic rendering down into a symbol. So we can just do that with this cartoon cat. And here's where Picasso would stop-o. We will not be stopping here. It's not because Picasso was a coward or a fool or anything like that. It's because Picasso fundamentally wanted people to understand what he was trying to convey with his art, and that is not our goal. Our goal is to create an unlimited cash flow from merchandising the most relatable cat cartoon design ever designed. It doesn't matter to us if the viewer is even consciously aware
you have reached
of how relatable this cartoon cat actually is. Gotta get rid of the redundancies in this design. Why would we need 2 ears when we could have 1 ear? Why would we have 2 eyes when we could have 1 eye? Why would we have 2 arms and 2 legs when we could have 1 arm and 1 leg? You don't need a tail for something to read as a cat.
Bobcats are real. So now we've got the design for the perfect cartoon cat. Time to put it to work. And how are we going to do that? Again, we shall drink deep from the well of Garfield. Let's look at Garfield's greatest hits. 1. Mondays. 2. Lasagna. And 3. John drinking dog samples. But how to convey these to the viewer? With a carefully constructed and well-acted scene? No. That's too slow. We're gonna follow the example of two much more successful artists, in this case Grant Morrison and Alan Moore, two authors known for their incredibly funny cartoons, and employ chaos magic. We can simply reduce the greatest hits of Garfield down from a 3-panel comic to a 3-second sigil. All you need to do is enter the Gnostic state, which I'm in most of the time already, and then condense the word or message we're trying to inflict upon the world into a pleasing shape, charge it with energy, and let it do its own work in the background of everybody's subconscious mind. We can turn Garfield's greatest hits into sigils pretty easily. Let's start with Mondays. First thing we're going to want to do is just sort of cut down the word into its coolest shaped letters and rearrange them into, oh my god. Garfield's head is already a sigil for the word Mondays. Clearly, we're in no position to deal with a warlock as powerful as Jim Davis. We're going to have to abandon that line of attack immediately. I would be crushed under the psychic weight of Garfield's presence. Instead, let's take a safer, more general approach. I think we should just be more honest with the intent of our sigils, getting popular and making money. We want to set up a passive income stream so that we can make money while doing nothing, to be one of the lucky few. We want that luck stat cranked up as high as it can go. For popularity, we're going to appeal to the YouTube algorithm. Frankly, the belief in what the algorithm does and doesn't do for YouTubers is already so contentious and mysterious that it's already a powerful religion unto itself. So this sigil will be more or less a prayer to it. The words I've chosen, top algorithm spot, are basically meaningless nonsense to the actual YouTube algorithm, but they mean everything to me, someone who can just imagine that they think they know what the algorithm does and obsess over it. Those are the only two things we're really trying to accomplish here, but because you miss 100% of the shots you don't take, we have a moral obligation to make some sigils that would benefit everyone, even if the chance for them to actually work is almost nothing. And because I think it would be fun. The extreme abundance of productivity and wealth created by humans isn't very well distributed due to an irrational fear that it would stop growing if everyone had access to it. The widest possible net is to just wish for an end to scarcity for all humans. This was my original design, but it's kind of clumsy with too many words. I redid it simply as amplitude, which is also kind of taking it too far, but it looks cool. People don't like how they are shaped. I'm taking the widest possible view on this too. This includes aging, disease, injury of any kind, all basically determined by the shape of a human. A truly free human would be a perfect and effortless shapeshifter. A huge problem for humanity is that anger is just too marketable of an emotion. The aim here is to reverse that marketability to outright revulsion. I've perhaps unwisely chosen the word peace when there's already a pretty well-known peace sigil, but the original intent of that is for simple nuclear disarmament, and I have a much wider net to cast. But wait, don't sigils need to be charged? According to sigilethenium.tumblr.com/charging, usually people just burn the sigils. But here's my last trick. I'll just make a sigil that charges the other sigils. How did nobody think of this before? Just makes all the sigils more powerful the more times you show it. So that's all the sigils. Hopefully, we'll all soon be shimmering and perfectly happy eternal patterns of energy, and also I'll have a ton of money. One last problem before we can actually make and show the cartoon. Sound. We don't need a voice for the cat, but we do need something, like music. And the only thing I know about music is the word arpeggio. I'll just use the arpeggiator on LMMS with various instruments to get some sounds to play for each sigil. Ha 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 ha. That sure was a funny cartoon we made together. You and I. Listen, I need some money. I've learned that I'm not really reliable enough for a Patreon, but you can support me financially. If you did like this video or any of my other projects, you can go to ko-fi.com/video city limits and you could, give me a coffee money. It would help me a lot. You can also go to my Redbubble store, Big with Bug Eyes. That's a great and smart name for your design shop on Redbubble. And look, you can buy these designs I've done that I thought were good enough to not delete. Check this out. You could get an Ultimate Cartoon Cat sticker for only $1.25. Check it out. 2 trucks having Shrek. Any Lemon Demon fans? Anyway, don't feel obligated, but please do consider donating. It will absolve you of guilt. The guilt of viewing free content online and wondering, are they doing okay? Anyway, we've got like a minute and some change until this Fallout New Vegas footage finishes up. It ends at the natural conclusion point.
Yeah! Who won the lottery? I did! Smell that air! Couldn't you just drink it like booze? What lottery? Only lottery? Are you kidding me? Never felt better. Powder ganger? What? I mean, yeah, used to be, sure. But not no more. Powder gang is small time, man. I'm a winner! I won the motherfucking lottery! Bye.